Hello, gamers. Hello, noobs. Welcome to game number 36. For this special game, I did bring a very special person to cast with me. She's constantly playing with over 50% win rate, very solid across all the roles, and I am extremely grateful to her for making this series sustainable. Thank you for help. Let's welcome Z.
Hi, Pat. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. And yes, this is a special game with very good players. Pingu, Anoki, Raf, Salty Potato, Manhiro, and then we have Vangle Bangle and
Yeah, I'm very excited to watch this game. I think we mentioned that ARM was scheduled for this, but last minute replacement.
yep, there was some miscommunication perhaps in their team, and they sent Salty
Yeah,
Potato. So this is her sixth game, by the way.
yeah. Well, Salty is a very good player. I personally think she was underdrafted.
This is a
She
I agree.
she plays at a very high level, and she is an extremely effective spy and a very good res as well. So I'm very excited to see. She has 2.5. Let's see what she does.
Anoki, will you just unpick my hero? Or what? What do you want to do? Unpick Salty Potato and Vangle?
So
What is he
Refrain,
holding?
Resing Wang, and my hero.
Oh, there's a lot of chat actually.
I actually don't mind that because I have this theory that Res lost so many games because they didn't have the ability to properly social read in the previous games because they just weren't chatting enough.
Hmm. Now, I think the Rust players have been losing because of combinations of two things that have been very common this tournament. And one is that people really opted for hero plays. A
Hmm.
lot of, like, I want to be the hero instead of just following normal logic. And the other is that we had a very good spy. Like, spy shots have been so good this tournament.
Yeah, I 100% agree that the spy shots have been fantastic. Sometimes even like a bit risky, like they would shoot the not obvious person and still hit.
I just should added the referee messages. Oh, a bit funny because he claimed Merlin.
Oh, let's see. Yes, but it says Rakana under my name. Oh, ref.
Also,
That is so
1.3
funny.
was something. So
Yeah, 1.3.
Inoki, yeah, I think like Inoki
I, I
likes the
think
one picks.
I think Inoki is res this game. I don't think he's doing that as a spy.
Well, he did something very similar as a game in game with me, and he definitely was a spy.
But in that game, I feel like it was more logical because in that game, 1.2 resed the person he unpicked.
I don't remember 1.2 that game.
Yeah, I remember really well because I was
What was
commentating on it.
1.2?
It was Inoki and you. Haka hammer
Ah,
blocked
yeah,
Inoki.
then yes, then it would be very logical. That's correct.
Yeah, so I feel like it was a lot more logical.
Hmm.
So yeah, this was a bit illogical, this
Yeah,
1.3.
definitely. And then we have a mirror pick on 1.4 and 1.5 obviously following 1.3. Well, I don't like mirroring them once, but some people do that, and I've seen a lot of picks like that in this tournament. So, usually picked by Res. Haven't seen a spy do that in this tournament yet.
Yeah. Okay, so Pingu is adding Inoki to M1.
Very understandable, and I like this pick. Very strong.
Yeah, I like it too. I think I would make this pick as well.
Hmm. I probably wouldn't personally.
Oh, you would do M1 plus 1?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that is the safer pick.
Bangle Bangle's POV is doing what right now? She should be considering zigzag because this is what's gonna happen.
She seems to kind of like Ref because she asked him if he's Res earlier.
They have this
Um,
like special chemistry going between them. She really pays a lot of attention to Ref. I wouldn't read into that personally, but you could be very right that this is just like undercover. That people will think that she has this special chemistry, and that's why she's saying it. Actually, she's like something. The rest of
yeah.
them.
Okay, now Ref is accusing. Honestly, if M2 is clean, I would want to see a team without Salty Potato because she does tend to float.
Refereeing is incredibly cynical. Right.
Okay. I mean, zigzag is definitely possible this game.
Double fail M3 incoming. Yeah, there was this game today of Pingu, Bangle Bangle, Refrain, and three other people in VC, and M2 floated, and M3 was double fail.
Yeah, I did see. I wasn't in the VC, but I did see the the chat, and I saw M3 failed with 2 fails, and I was thinking, like, wow, this is a special game. What are you doing, whoever that is?
Uh, that was something. That was a very
Yeah,
special situation for a special game.
yeah,
And we
that
see
was
left hand side
unusual.
and Noki picked. That's a fair pick, really.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I like it. Okay, good reject from Wang.
Good
Possibly,
reject. Why do you think it's a good
possibly.
reject?
Well, if M2 is clean, then she's likely res. I mean, if M2 is dirty, she's likely res. Sorry,
Mm,
she could be just hunting.
Maryland
So
hunting, yes.
yeah,
Really,
that's
lol. I
always.
rejected. Why did you remove me for rejecting like the most logical team from my POV? How am I
I mean
removed?
that team is very logical. Oh dear, salty.
If she floated, and I think she likes to float, then the rest have a very big chance for picking clean. And like 3.1 rejected by Vang, now knowing that Salty should be off M3 is not just a bad reject. No idea why she's rejecting two Merlins for VTs, something like that. Top,
Yeah,
left
I
hand
mean,
side and
yeah,
refrain, okay.
this was definitely an option that I thought
Uh,
she was gonna.
why is Pingu picked over Anoki after 2.1?
I mean, I might have gone for anti-Pingu salty here.
Me too.
Oh,
Like Pingu
okay. Well,
salty. I mean, she rejects 3.1. Uh, yeah, or maybe top even. Uh, anti Pingu salty or top are the two picks I was considering.
oh, Wang doesn't off app for hammer, so is she just a spy?
Well, it wasn't M2.
Oh, that was an M2, sorry. Yeah, my mistake. Okay, let's see.
Rev
Oh,
doesn't off up. But maybe he
Ref
just
does
thinks
not
he's
app.
not maybe he's thinking he's not an ad. He's definitely a person who doesn't like Dennis that much. And I could see him
Yeah,
just
I recently played a game with Ref where he was VT and he didn't off app M2.
yeah. And he sees that Pingu has hammer, so might as well. I also think that off approving just for hammer, it's not always beneficial to you because having 5.5 is not really that good. People will suspect you. This is the first problem. And the second is if you have
Hmm.
5.5, you don't have an earlier pick. And if you have an earlier pick, you have a lot of more space in game. You can talk to people, you can hold for a moment, or just have a lot of more impact on the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree that 5.5 is a bit overrated.
And we
Okay,
have the zigzag.
let's go. Okay, I'm gonna tell you straight up that I have a feeling that Wang is Merlin.
Yeah, I mean 3.3 is so poor, and 3.1 reject is so crazy.
I mean, I want to think about it a little bit for sure, and I want to see the analysis from Ref and my hero, but her chat was a bit suspicious in the beginning.
But she was talking to Ref, like you mentioned.
She
But
was
what did she
talking to Ref,
say?
yes.
Uh,
She said, "Are you Rez?" But
Ref,
then she also off-picked
I'm here.
him with
Let me
Pingu.
check it. Oh my god, let me hear it. Pingalicious. You're literally here. I'm crying. My bestie reference. I had to find a bestie because I found out that but she's talking like he's Raz. So Percival to Vangle Bangle should assume that Ref is Raz.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Let's
would
see.
assume that. She's
Oh my,
if you find her chat saying like, "Oh my god, I'm crying," my bestie refrain, this kind of
okay,
chat.
so as soon as the game started, Ref Rain open claimed that Hero was a spy. He said, "Oh my god, I'm Merlin with Hero Spy."
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Okay, that's something.
and then Wang outed Rez. She said, "Oh my god, I'm Rez, wowie."
Outed Russ.
Yeah,
No, it's not an out for Vangle Banger.
that's true. I mean,
Only
she
for
does do it as
her.
all roles. I kind of knew she was Rez though because of one thing she said just from observing her games. She kind of only does that as Rez.
Vangle, you're probably listening, and you're about to hear that, I think.
You're about to hear it, yeah. She, in a very genuine way, was asking Ref. I want to find the exact. Here we go. Ref, are you Rez? This one line, I was like, I know she's Rez.
Hmm.
Just, it's just the way she said it and like the timing. It just seemed very genuine. So yeah, we'll see. We'll
Hmm.
see how genuine it was, or if she was just if she's Merlin, just
Salty
kind of.
Potatoes, Hollow approving 3.2, Vangle rejecting 3.1, Vangle Percival to Enoki.
Yeah, well, salty potato Percy to Inoki could app that as well. Yeah, Wang Percy to Inoki. Inoki has a few Percys here.
And told you that this mirror pick, this tournament is always done by rest players, and it was done by a rest player yet again.
Yeah, I kind of 1.3 just it just seems so res. We said it at the time.
Oh yes,
It's
you did think so.
it's yeah, it's illogical. It doesn't follow M1s, and he really just doesn't have incentive to do it as a spy, to my point of view, unless he's on picking his spy mate. But Inoki doesn't really do that in my experience of playing with him. So yeah, this was of course the most logical team after M1s, and it happened to be clean.
Oh, I would probably shoot Enoki here.
Yeah, 1.3 is really strong.
And like I think Bangle to Enoki is my favorite combo right now.
Yeah, Bangle to Inoki is very a very good line. Salty potato. What was her M1? Let me look.
Ulti just mirrored 1.2.
Um,
She flip
True.
picked.
She's also a viable Percy though to Inoki.
Yep. So we solved. I mean,
We solved.
I would be surprised if it's like Vangle Bangle Merlin would very surprise me. Pingu Merlin wouldn't really surprise me, but maybe just a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think you're right. I think that Wang as Merlin, I don't think she would take the risk of saying, "Ref, are you res?" because it could be seen as, like, her resing him, and then she might get picked with him, you know?
Hmm.
So, maybe not Wang Merlin, but Percy to Inoki, I could totally see.
Also being 1.6, you don't have M1, so you're not gonna give any info on pick. And you would give the info that ref is res. That would really thwart the victory chances on missions, at least before M5.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Ref was asked if he was res, and he literally said, "I'm Morgana."
Oh, so the
So,
combos they are considering is, oh, they are talking about Vangle Bangle.
so let's see, 5 minutes ago, my hero said, I think shot in Inoki/Salty,
Okay.
and since then, there's been a lot of chat, Ref saying, "We shoot Inoki, and if he's not Merlin, I I dodge Pingu for the rest of the tourney because everyone auto-reses him."
Oh
Ooh.
my. Yeah, and Raph is so funny because he's like very sarcastic all the time.
Yeah. Well, I don't so Ref is not liking 2.5, but 2.5 was extremely logical and almost forced.
Yes, of course, like 2.5, it's any roll. Any role.
Yeah,
Like you can't really if it's anything but this, then you can read into that. But here with this pick, like no information about Salty.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Well, the thing that you can read into is like 1.4 because mirror picks are like not everyone does them, and 3.2 solo up. Like this is what you have on Salty.
Yeah, I agree. So 3.2 solo app, she saw that it was viable to her point of view. So
Yeah, I mean it's still like paints the picture of Salty to Anoki maybe.
yeah, I agree.
Anoki should die? Question mark. Insta should. Pingu Percival. So I mean, Pingu
So
pick rejecting 3.2 as Merlin after he sees Vangle Bangle, and also Vangle Bangle. This is another nail to the coffin that she's not Merlin. She was mad at Pingu for not picking her on 3.2. Like
yeah,
really lol
yeah,
is what she said.
I definitely I do think she can be PR. Maybe not Merlin for some of her chat.
Pingu is Percy to potato, so potato Merlin, potato Merlin.
So Ref is also considering, of course, considering Inoki. He's saying, I want to shoot Inoki based on principle. It can even be Wang
Well, the
and Pingu
principle is
too.
something that we can agree with.
Well, let's see. If Salty Potato is Merlin, who would be her Percival?
Pingu,
Wang?
Pingu maybe? He sees
Pingu or Wang, yeah.
Pingu doing a toxic 3.2 and fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, he may have had a read that Inoki was res. So I feel like Pingu could do that as any role.
It could also be a read that Ref is a spy because he said this like I'm spy with my hero. I'm Merlin with my hero spy, and
My
if I'm
hero spy,
Percival, I
yeah.
would be like, well, I see that my hero has Merlin question mark, and you can be two spies. You off picking to
Yeah,
res on
yeah, that's
1.2.
absolutely true. Like, you could literally pick reject that just based on chat.
How does Pingu as VT do 2.1? I mean, 2.1 shouldn't really be that surprising. I mean, the logic behind it is very
Yeah,
obvious. The thing
I mean,
that could be
I did
surprising
say
is that he actually
I
did
said
it.
I would have done the same thing, and here's why. I very rarely don't do M1+1, but here's why. Inoki, Inoki's 1.3 to me is just so res. Like,
Hmm.
he could literally pick Wang or my hero, but takes the risk to pick Pingu. So I would also take the risk to pick him. And I think like Pingu can have that read because Pingu is logical. He's a logical player, but he has very good social reads as well. and I think and, like, pick reads, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, like, him taking the risk to do that is okay in this case because Inoki also took the risk, if that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Pingu could also be just Merlin and, 2.1 because why the fuck not? Anoki's probably dying over me.
Yep. And I think if he is Merlin, he should absolutely grab that opportunity because I think
Definitely.
he has enough cover.
So,
So based on the chat, it looks like they're still leaning Inoki, and Ref is very upset about this game.
yes, he's crying about 1.3. That is so
I mean,
funny.
it does spy him, so that is unfortunate. But he also did say that he was Morgana, so
I mean,
oh, my hero prefers the salty potato shot. Wangle to salty. Yeah, that's a
Pingu
combo.
to Enoki's rough. Well, Pingu to Enoki, that's something I can even see. It's not even that rough. Like 1.3 is a big one.
Yeah, I agree. I think Inoki has all three Percies, and it's one of those situations where it's like he could be a non-Merlin, but if he was Merlin and you didn't shoot him, you'd probably feel really
Oh
awful.
yeah, definitely. Like the other, it's just like the other shots right now seem like hero shots. That you're like huge if you shoot them actually. Like wow, how did you do that? I would,
Yeah,
yeah, but like if you missed, then everyone's like, oh, how didn't you shoot him? How is it possible? He
yeah,
was obviously he's Maryland. I'm like, what? I knew this. Instantly on VC, I said that it was Inoki.
yeah, yeah. I think even though Pingu could be Merlin, I think I would limit my shot to right hand side this game.
I mean, Bingo can be anything. Salty could be anything. Inoki, I think PR is a very safe bet that you kind of have to take this assassination. He doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
PR, but like if he's not, then I don't think you're winning. You're just not shooting Merlin.
yeah. Like salty apping 3.2 is very, very weird for her because she she's the type of player who she rejects a lot of dirty teams as, you know,
Yeah.
non-Merlin roles. And when she sees 2.1
Hmm.
and then 3.2, like I don't know, that app is really odd to me for her.
That's a
I
very
feel
good
like
point.
normally she would reject that, I think.
That's a good point because I fully agree that Salty is a player that will more likely reject and then repick over like upping something that she doesn't think is clean.
Yeah.
And
It
she's
could be that she had very strong reads that M2 was clean, so she just thought,
and
like,
also
screw
oh
it, I'll
Zaid.
have.
And also there's this thing that Raf said that he's a Merlin with My Hero Spy. So picking 3.2, which is Raf and My Hero, it could be just like, oh, whatever, this chat is like, fuck it. But I feel like people would actually consider that chat.
Yeah, I feel like Salty normally would. It's possible she forgot because it was at the very beginning of the game, but
Hmm.
yeah, like Ref saying, I'm Merlin with my hero spy.
What
I
if it's
definitely think
salty VT thinking that Pingu is Merlin, like picking this team, and she's like, "Oh fuck!"
that's possible, yeah.
She was so overridden because this is a big pick, with this chat to 1.1 or 1.1 whatever. But
Yeah.
Pingu to Enoki
Well,
makes extreme little sense. I
I
disagree with
really
that.
I really think that Wang should app 3.1 as any role because normally I don't advocate for for 3.1 apps just in case M2 is dirty, but it's just such a logical team that kind of needs to be seen.
Yeah.
And it also, if she's a PR, it would hide the line, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I mean, we can see that Pingu disagrees with her reject. I just think, like with a table like this, you can solve even if M2 is dirty. And
Mm-hmm.
if she's VT, it's fine, but I really hope she's not Percy to Inoki rejecting that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason to unpercy. And to Percy. I'm sorry, there's no reason
To
to
Percy,
Percy.
yeah.
M2 is clean, and you have like 1.3, which is Anoki's team, most likely.
Yeah. I liked 3.1 as a pick,
Very good.
and I think it's just the most logical team to see in M3.
So
But
Salty is gonna probably die.
interesting. If she dies, it might be for that 3.2 app.
No, it would be definitely for 3.2 up, I think.
Yeah,
Single-handedly.
yeah.
And Potato Pingu to Percy and Anoki. I mean Potato being Percy to Pingu and Anoki both. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, I think that Salty. Oh, okay. There's this one thing that makes all the sense now that I think about it. I know that Salty loves to Percy for no reason when M2 is blue. She loves to
Um,
Percy.
yeah, she does hide roll pretty well as Percy. So
Salty to Pingu. Fuck it.
salty to Bingu. Yeah, like if she's Percy and she sees Pingu Merlin, she's definitely apping that to like save him,
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
Salty does she and Percy's like crazy when she thinks her Merlin could get shot.
You know what? Because I'm not taking this shot myself, I'm gonna go for this. This is like
Who are you GMing?
Pingu. It's salty to Pingu, and like Wangle Bangle rejects left hand side plus Anoki because of she doesn't think 2.1 gets picked or something. I don't know. Or she thinks like
Interesting, yeah.
Anoki isn't doing 1.3 because XYZ or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna hopefully he doesn't just shoot because I kind of want to think a little more. I think I would take this full time if I were a spy because it is a very hard shot.
Pingu's chatted him free? Did Pingu say anything at him free?
He did. He shaded Wang for rejecting 3.1.
Okay, but those is like
I mean, that could be Merlin though. It
oh,
could be
okay.
anything.
Yeah, I've played enough games with Pingu to like just completely ignore this chat and not being all indicative.
He said,
I'm
"I
just
am just
curious.
curious what team Wang had in mind when she rejected 3.1." That's what he said. And then Wang said, "I'll try a bad M1's team."
I'll try a bottom one team. Is an unmerlin chat because Vang,
Yeah.
I've never seen him chat like she's actually believably solving or like meaningful chatting as Merlin when M2 is clean.
Yeah.
And Pingu, I did see. But hey, it still might be just that we are primed to think that he's such a trickster. But when a ref player who doesn't know
Yeah, I
that, he
mean,
might just be correct.
it's my opinion on Pingu's Merlin play is that he's one of the best Merlins on the site because his range is just very like he plays Merlin differently each time, and he has such a big range.
Hmm. I think
And
in his case, him being a very good VT also plays a huge role in his Merlin.
exactly, yeah, I feel like you can have a better range as Merlin if you're a better VT.
Oh, that's for sure. If you can just slam clean or just solve out of nowhere as VT, then people will be like paranoid when you suicide as Merlin.
Yeah. So Inoki is also a very good VT, and I've seen him do this kind of a pick as VT.
I
So
did as well. So that's what I'm thinking. It's like Pingu trying to frame Inoki because he knows that Inoki is more likely to die. And 3.2 app is because the Salty's trying to un-Percy for no reason.
but don't you think that if Pingu were trying to frame Inoki, he'd pick 3.2 and app? Because then wouldn't that look more like Inoki's Merlin?
Hmm. I have no
Man, this
idea.
is I don't envy the spies. This is very difficult, this shot.
Well, if I would be was a spy here, I would just shoot Inoki and fuck it. But since I have the safety and the freedom of just doing whatever I want and having no consequences, then I'm gonna all in.
Exactly.
All in. Salty to Penguin, fuck it.
All in on Pingu. Oh, ref. Uh, okay. I'm very interested to see what ref is gonna do.
Because if you pull this distance, I mean, Raph is like literally going crazy. He's going insane, insane here. slowly,
But
slowly losing it.
he he coached Panda twice this tourney, I think.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure twice. Once for sure. And she was assassin both times. She was gun and he nailed the shot. I mean, ref is a good assassin.
Yeah, I mean, I just
So,
assassinated with him today, and we literally solved the combo independently of the spies. So we were just like talking for 20 minutes, and then we are like, oh, so let's see what spies like, what the conclusion did they reach, and it was pretty similar. They actually also shot the same combo as us, but it was
yeah.
funny experience.
Okay, Pat, I did a Chad GM. I
Oh,
GM salty potato. Let's go.
okay, so we both agree that Enoki should die, and we are GMing. So Pingu and Salty.
We're GMing someone else. We both agree Inoki
Okay.
won the game with 1.3 and we shoot someone else.
Yeah, so this allows us to go like, oh, of course it was Enoki. We knew it, of course.
Yeah, of
But then
course.
if we are
Yeah.
correct, then we can also go like, oh, I told you.
Yeah, exactly.
We have this. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think I final answer, I think salty potato is a PR. So I'm GMing her.
Well, this is, I'll say that much. This synergy between the spies is not very efficient.
No,
Like,
absolutely not. I
this my
mean,
hero is like completely like tired of Raph just going insane and being like 6 Avalon. I fucking hate it. And stuff like this. Raph is
man,
so funny.
I really don't think that Pingu is Percy to my hero and potato. Like, I don't think he would do 3.2 as Percy to bottom two.
Oh.
Potato is most likely getting shot. Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't shoot Potato. I would be like she's Percival, and I am. I am thinking she's Percival. Something's telling me to like just be a normal player and GM Enoki and stop trying to be a hero. But I think like this is the edgy combo.
Yeah.
The salty to Pingu with her classical and Percy and Pingu framing Enoki because fuck it.
Yeah. I don't even know who's Percy to salty.
Well,
Cause,
that's because
cause
there's
of
no
Wang.
Percivals.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't GM
Could
her.
be Vangle to. I mean, the only combo I can see, or maybe Pingu to salty because two Merlins and 1+1. Fuck it.
Pingu to salty. Hmm.
Yeah, because my hero unpicks him and salty, is Merlin question mark. So two Merlins on M2 is not clean. So I want to prevent.
But see, I can see him doing 2.1 as Percy to Salty, but 3.2 as Percy to Salty. That's a bit weird. I don't know. But then again, Pingu, as we've discussed, has range, so maybe spies wouldn't think that he would do that as Percy, so he's doing it as Percy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just think Potato is a PR. I just have the vibes. So if she's Percival,
Wait, are they
I'm thinking,
shooting Pingu salty?
I think they gave up on Inoki, which is interesting.
Wow, I just think Pingu is a bit unmerliny. So salty, yeah, it looks like they will shoot salty or Pingu, which is very interesting because well, you GM'd salty, I GM'd Pingu, and we both agreed
Yeah,
Sanoki,
I
and they are actually shooting into our GMs.
I actually, even though I can't find a good Percy for her, I genuinely like. I'm just getting the P. Like I'm just getting a vibe. I don't know. It could be wrong. It could be horribly wrong, but I just, yeah.
Not cheating and Noki think I would have a sad life with Pingu to Noki. I mean, Pingu to Noki can be the combo, no problem.
I mean, yeah. Pingu to Inoki is Pingu or Wang to Inoki. Those are both very good lines. Oh, he's not shooting Ino. Okay,
So Pingu.
Ino to Pingu. Hmm.
No, I actually don't see any other Percival. I think it's exactly salty to Pingu or just not Pingu.
Salty to Pingu or what? Sorry.
The salty potato to Pingu or just not Pingu or Anoki.
Okay.
This is one like there's no other Percival. I would only shoot Pingu because of salty. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm
Oh, potato's
I'm
dying.
starting to I'm
Potato's
starting to
dying.
think they're the
And
oh boy. Is it
holy
oh my
shit,
gosh!
you're actually
Huge
correct.
GM. I was correct, yeah. I had the vibe, like it's just
Oh wow.
the app, the 3.2 app.
Huge vibe. Yeah, that's 3.2 up. Wow. Huge vibe.
Man, 3.3 is something.
Oh,
3.2. It's very sad.
oh dear. All right,
Poor Salty.
I think this is it. So thanks for featuring and thank you guys
Yeah,
for
thank
watching.
thank you so much, Pat.